Not everywhere we go can we bring a bus indoors. This is really something. Thanks so much for welcoming us here. Sorry to be late. I think, what are we, 15, 20 minutes late? Whatever it is. Yeah. How late? Oh, that's all right, he says. Well, you're kind to be here. Don't be late to the caucuses tonight. That's important. Yeah. You guys make sure to be there. And we're going to have a celebration also together tonight at, is that Sarah Palin? That's, there are a lot of Sarah Palin lookalikes out here. We're going to have a little celebration tonight in Denver, I guess at the Hyatt. So if you get down there, we'd love to see you. I really appreciate the warm welcome we're getting on such a cold and snowy morning. I guess it took a long time to get the snow off the windshield of the bus, so it slowed us down, but it did not slow you down, and I appreciate your willingness to be here and to participate in this process. Colorado's got something to say about who our nominee is going to be, and I think I'm going to be that nominee. It was about 3 years ago that President Obama, then he was newly elected president, got on the Today Show, and he was asked about what he was going to do, and he said, look, if I can't turn around this economy in 3 years, I'll be looking at a one-term proposition. And we're here to collect. Well, the guys way back there behind the RV and behind the cameras. Hi, you guys. How are you back there? Hi. This has been a really failed presidency. He was on TV on the Today Show just yesterday morning saying that he deserves a second term. Now, as a matter of fact, you remember he said in his very first days in office that if we let him borrow $787 billion, that he would keep unemployment below 8%. It has not been below 8% since. We've now gone 35 straight months with unemployment above 8%. It's time to get a president who understands how to get this economy working again. And let me ask you some questions about his policies and whether they've helped or they've hurt. Let me ask you, do you think Obamacare has made it more likely for businesses to want to hire people? No! Do you think Dodd-Frank, with all the new banking regulations it put in place, made it easier for banks to make loans to people? No! Do you think the idea of card check, which would force unions and businesses where employees don't want them, do you think that helped businesses hire people? No! I've got a long list. Do you think trillion-dollar deficits every year make it more likely for businesses around the world to say, let's hire more people in America? No! Okay, there you have it, folks. Well, it's very clear that what the president put in place has not helped. It hurt. He likes to go around and say to people he inherited the recession, and that's true. He didn't cause it, but he made it worse. And the recovery's taken longer because the things he did made it harder for the economy to recover. Whether it was Obamacare with $1 trillion in new spending, whether it was trillion-dollar deficits every year, whether it was Dodd-Frank regulations, the level of regulatory growth has gone up 2.5 times during this president's term. This is a president who has put in place the most anti-jobs, anti-business, anti-growth agenda we've seen, well, since Jimmy Carter. And you know, we needed a leader. There's an old saying, lead, follow, or get out of the way. Right. Yeah. We elected him to lead. He chose to follow. Now it's time for him to get out of the way. Yeah. But this is an election which is about more than just removing Barack Obama from office. Important as that is, it's also an election about the soul of America. Yeah. About what kind of nation we're going to be. Absolutely. President Obama and the people around him fundamentally believe that government should be an actor on the stage, that government should be a player, not the umpire, not the referee, but a player. And so they have a view of government which is perhaps more like that you see in Europe. They take their inspiration from the social welfare states of Europe and want to apply a heavier and heavier hand of government in our lives and in our enterprises. My view is very different than that. My view is that we should return to the principles of the American Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, that freedom and opportunity for individuals is the way to go. And so you have on one hand a president who would take us in a course where every year we would add another $1 trillion to the debt. And you think about what happens sometime within the next 5 or so years, we will hit the kind of debt level you're seeing in Italy or Spain or Greece, and the consequence for our families, that consequence is unthinkable if we keep going down that course. My view is very different. I would take us in a course where we say we're not just going to slow the rate down of government growth, we're going to cut government spending, we're going to get government as a share of our economy down from 25 to 20, and we're going to finally get America on track to have a balanced budget. The president's view of free economies, capitalism, free enterprise, is more akin to something you'd see overseas, something I call crony capitalism, where he takes your money to invest in the businesses of his friends. And so he takes money and says, we're going to invest it in an energy company called Solyndra. All right? Now, that's not bad just because we lost our money, $500 million of your money. It is also bad because of what it did to innovation. Let me help you, and you can appreciate this. The day the president said we're going to put $500 million in Solyndra, guess what happened to all the other solar energy companies that were trying to get started and trying to get capital from their friends or from venture capitalists? They said, oh boy, government's picked the winner. We can't get capital anymore. So what he did not encourage innovation, it discouraged it. Because when government plays its heavy hand in the economy, it makes it harder for the free economy to work. And so he also put money in Enter One, which is a battery company. That's also lost $100 million of your and my tax dollars. And then, of course, there's Fisker. And what's the other one called? Tesla, thank you. Fisker and Tesla. And two car companies, two electric car companies happen to be big contributors to the president's party. They got some money as well from the government. This is crony capitalism. It is not right for our economy. It is not right for the morality of government. It's the wrong course for America. I will instead return America to the genius and innovative spirit of the American people and get our economy going based upon individual rights, individual freedoms, and property rights.